My wife went behind my back and swapped the IVF sperm with her childhood sweethearts. She thought she'd pulled it off perfectly. What she didn't know was, before the embryo was even formed, I'd already swapped her egg out for my ex's and switched my own sperm back in. My wife had been struggling to get pregnant, so we went the IVF route. That night, she stood there giggling at the embryos in the petri dish, thinking they were hers and her lover's. I stood behind her watching and smiled too. Genetically, she had no idea. 25 years later, my son Fu Hung and I had just flown back from a medical project overseas. The second we walked in the door, we froze. The place was packed. Distant relatives of the Jiang family, people we never see, had all shown up. Looked like a full-on family reunion. The one thing that caught my eye, He Junji sitting dead center on the couch, eyes all red. And my wife, Jiang Mani, the woman who's never home, was holding him, whispering comfort like he was the man of the house. I raised an eyebrow, dropped my suitcase, and looked at Jiang Mani. What's the occasion? Why is everyone here? Fu Heng followed right behind me, tailored suit, arms crossed, staring at He Junji like he was something on the bottom of his shoe. Smart kid. He'd already figured out who this guy was. My mother-in-law sat at the head of the room, looking uncomfortable, like she had something to say but couldn't. Before Jiang Mani could say a word, He Junji burst into tears and lunged at Fu Heng. My son, I'm your real dad. Fu Heng stepped aside smoothly, scrunched his face in disgust, stepped back and brushed off his sleeve. His voice was ice cold. My dad's name is Fu Jingshan. Who the hell are you? I walked over, grabbed Fu Heng's hand, gave him a quick reassuring look, then swung and clocked He Junji straight in the face. The thud echoed through the living room. He Junji screamed and crashed back onto the couch. Don't go claiming family you don't have. Ice in my voice, eyes sweeping the room. Nobody dared look at me. Jiang Mani shot to her feet, rushed to help He Junji up, and pointed at me screaming, Fu Jingshan, have you lost your mind? You just hit Junji! He Junji felt brave with the crowd behind him and raised his hand to swing at me. Fu Heng moved fast, stepped in and slapped Jiang Mani across the face. Fu Heng's voice was calm but firm. You dare hit my dad? Jiang Mani just stood there stunned. Jiang Mani covered her face, fuming, and raised her hand to hit Fu Heng back, but He Junji grabbed her, sobbing dramatically. That's our son! Jiang Mani lowered her hand and glared daggers at Fu Heng. If it weren't for your real dad, I'd put you in your place right now. Fresh out of college and already hitting elders, Fu Jingshan really did raise you wrong. Fu Heng let out a cold laugh and straightened his tie. Only a weak man blames others for how his kid turns out. You want him to come at me himself? See if he's got the guts. One of the Jiang family elders cleared his throat, trying to rein things in. Why did you call everyone here? What's actually going on? Jiang Mani took a deep breath, like she was working up the nerve, and put her arm around He Junji. Actually, I have an important announcement to make today. Fu Heng is not Fu Jingshan's biological son. When we did IVF, the doctor said Fu Jingshan's sperm quality was too poor. To spare his feelings, and to make sure the Jiang family had an heir, I had no choice but to use Junji's. The room erupted in murmurs. Oh wow, so that's what happened? Well, can't really blame her. Fu Jingshan just wasn't up to it. Jiang Mani shot me a look, clearly expecting me to blow up. Instead, I calmly sat down and poured myself a cup of tea. The relatives kept going. Well, if Fu Heng's not Fu Jingshan's kid, he should go with his real father, right? Jiang Mani kept at it. Fu Heng is the child I carried for 9 months. You gonna fight me for him? You're out of your mind. We can do a DNA test. And while we're at it, I want a divorce. You used the Jiang family's debt to force me into this marriage. I've been your doormat for years. I'm done. Doormat? I laughed. Who was it that got down on their knees in the rain begging me for money? What about that gambling addict father of yours? Fine, let's divorce. Jiang Mani fired back. But forget the DNA test. I know for a fact Fu Heng is my son. Fu Heng cut in. One look at my face and you know whose son I am. Jiang Mani panicked. Son, you don't even believe your own mother? Fu Heng didn't respond. He just shifted closer to me. A silent declaration, and the biggest slap in the face to Jiang Mani. Just as Jiang Mani was red in the face, about to pull out the emotional manipulation card, the heavy front door burst open. Cold wind swept in with a few dead leaves, shattering the tension in the room. Everyone turned to look. In walked a young guy, head-to-toe designer gear, chestnut-dyed hair, thick silver chain around his neck. Looked early 20s. Had that look of someone who'd been spoiled rotten his whole life. He completely ignored every adult in the room, beelined straight to He Junji and grinned. Mom, Dad, didn't you say today was the big day? The inheritance split? Did I miss it? That one line stopped the whole room cold. I stood there, quietly sizing him up. That face, spitting image of He Junji. I smiled to myself. He Fan. The secret kid Jiang Mani and He Junji had been hiding for over 20 years. They finally let him out. Jiang Mani clearly hadn't expected He Fan to barge in right now. Her face shifted, but she quickly pulled it together. There was even a hint of, screw it, we're going all in. He Fan scanned the room and locked onto Fu Heng standing next to me. Oh, so this is the older brother taking up space and doing nothing. He Fan sauntered over and reached out to slap Fu Heng on the shoulder, smirking. Name's He Fan. Look at you all dressed up. Ivy League grad, huh? Guess we're brothers now? How about you hand over that CEO spot? Fu Heng sidestepped his hand, eyes like ice. Don't touch me! He Fan wasn't even fazed. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a stack of photos and slapped them on the coffee table. Why so cold? I've known about you for years. I used to go to your school just to watch you. Mom and Dad always called you the golden boy, told me to be more like you. The photos spread across the table, all candid shots of Fu Heng abroad, the library, basketball court, even his back as he walked alone across campus. Fu Heng glanced down at them, a flash of anger behind his eyes. He looked up at Jiang Mani. How is this any different from stalking? And this is what you call family? I finally snapped. slammed the table so hard the teacups rattled, pointed at Hefan, and laughed out of pure rage. Jiang Mani, what the hell is this? Bad enough you were cheating. You had a whole kid? What did you think my family was? A free daycare for your affair, baby? Jiang Mani hadn't even opened her mouth when Junji jumped in front of Hefan like he owned the place. You're making it sound way worse than it is. Manny may be your wife on paper, but back then the doctor said IVF would probably fail, and her health was already poor. The He family needed an heir. I did what I had to do. The kid's innocent. I looked at him with the most sarcastic face I had. An heir? Then what's this kid? Buy one, get one free? I glanced around at everyone watching like it was a show and laughed. Half my life and I've never heard someone make cheating and a secret kid sound this noble. Truly an education. Jiang Mani, save it! I cut him off, straightened my collar, and slipped back into that cold, composed look. Listen up, everyone. Even if Fu Heng isn't my biological son, I raised him, and he is the one and only legal heir under my father's name.